Hey, I'm not a public speaker, so bear with me. I have a special love for sprinkles, or jimmies as I called them when I was a child. They add a sprinkle of joy and festiveness to everything from cakes to breakfast at Denny's. And just like sprinkles, I find MUMC adds that extra sprinkle of goodness to our lives. When we started our family, we wanted to raise our kids in a church just like we were raised. My family was Catholic and Grant came from a Protestant background. But life got busy and we never quite found a place that we felt like we belonged. That changed about a year ago when we decided to make faith a priority in our home. We visited several churches, but MUMC really stood out to us. It wasn't just because it was close to the house or that Charlotte attended preschool here. MUMC felt like home. I kind of expected, I know this is terrible, but I expected church to be just another chore that I had to do each week, kind of like the dishwasher or laundry or making dinner. But instead, it became a bright spot in my week, a little unexpected joy on the long days that everyone talks about when you're raising kids. It was the sense of community that really resonated with us. The MUMC community is vibrant and caring, and it's not just Pastor Katie, although she has a lot to do with it. It's all of you and everyone we meet. From the moment we joined, we were greeted with smiling faces and kind words. I think about the people we interact with at MUMC each week, and sometimes we are lucky enough to run into some of you around town. Hi, Sharon, wherever you are, library this week. Oh, there you are. I always wonder if George is doing okay, or how Judy is, or what Miss Krista is up to this week. I ponder if Becky's enjoying camping, or whoever I run into that week. I just think about you all throughout the week. MUMC is accepting of everyone. You respect individuality while showing genuine compassion for our neighbors. Prayer in this day and age. It's how I strive to live my life, and you guys are all excellent examples of that. I'm a natural helper, and the help we give our community is truly inspiring. MUMC's congregation doesn't do it for the accolades. It's more about being kind to those less fortunate. There was a line in a message a few weeks back that I can't quite remember, but it was about spreading God's love through kindness. All the amazing things that MUMC does for our community, the backpack drive, the monthly love offerings, the food pantry, the food bank donations, I'm sure they make a big difference in people's lives, and that matters. One of my favorite things is a bit more centered to this congregation. It's when we pass around cards for those in the congregation that are not feeling well or in the hospital. I imagine these cards are like sprinkles, and they just bring a little sprinkle of joy to someone who's just not feeling their best. As someone new to the Methodist community, I find the stories and the hymns both new and exciting. We attend weekly, and I try to carry a message or a kind word or a Bible story with me, and I try to incorporate it in my week. I think about doubting Thomas, and I try to be less judgmental and more understanding. And I also wonder if I'm humble enough, if I'm sitting at the right place in the table. A few months ago, we heard a sermon about purposefully picking up items at the grocery store to help those less fortunate. And I don't know, it stuck with me. So now every time I enter a grocery store, I purposefully pick up something that the food bank needs and just either drop it off here or at the food bank if there's time. After Easter was pretty special and probably my favorite part of the year, and it really has to do with all of you. The joy that you all had to see each other, to be at the congregation, it was inspiring. I can't tell you that joy. It just traveled with me throughout the next, it was there for weeks. It was infectious. I don't know if you all remember it. It really stuck out to me. I had never experienced it, and it was just like sprinkles in our lives. The Purple People book was another discussion that was a gift to us. I don't know if you all remember that one, but Charlotte does. The emphasis on laughter and being original and being kind and accepting is something we talk about a lot. If you've ever had a 3.5-year-old, you know that a talk about kindness is a daily occurrence. Sometimes I have no idea what the first reading is about and need some background. So when Grant and I get a quiet moment, I'll ask him questions or get his take on something that we talked about. MUMC is bringing our family closer and making it normal to talk about God while setting a wonderful example for faith and community to our children. I promise, I'm almost done. One of my favorite sermons happened in January when we randomly picked a word from a jar. My word was pursue. I've taken that to heart and have been actively pursuing faith and striving for personal growth and seeking knowledge, all thanks to MUMC. We're building strong roots and forming friendships that I hope will last a lifetime. That's why MUMC is like sprinkles. It just makes a life that was already pretty good just a little bit better and a little bit brighter and a little more festive and a whole lot more joyful. Thank you.